we make choices. And you have to ask yourself, for that person who checks out and does not leave, whether that's a man or a woman, why are you making the choice to stay? The reality is sometimes we're evolving. Just because we feel a certain way at one moment does not mean we will always feel that way. Sometimes life has to happen to us to bring us back to reality, to make us go back and look at that person, look at ourselves, and say, hey, what am I doing here? So sometimes it's therapy. Sometimes it's reaching out to someone like a Dr. Alicia to get help and to understand who you are and what you're dealing with. And perhaps along the way, that love will return. Perhaps along the way. And sometimes for some people, maybe it doesn't even return, but they still stay. They still stay. They make a choice to stay, not a choice to settle, a choice to stay. My final thoughts. With that being said, I am Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams, educator, author, and investor. Opening minds and closing contracts. I am so noted. I am, excuse me, so excited, so delighted to be attending the All Black National Conference, where I will be presenting as a panelist on Saturday. I look forward to meeting all of those of you who are in our audience who will be attending the conference. I look forward to seeing you in Atlanta, and I certainly look forward to meeting my fellow panelists who will be at the conference as well. Thank you.
Can't wait to see you in person. All right, Nomalanga, what are your final thoughts? And also just good conversation today. I love Nomalanga is amazing. Sometimes so in these type of environments, like I'm a particular person, and if I don't know you, I won't really like push or lean into you. I know Dr. Alicia well, so sometimes I can like go back and forth with her. I feel like I know Nomalanga well enough to go back and forth with her too. So don't be if you're watching this, like, man, she's aggressive. No, it's just she's a strong woman and her views are strong, so we can have a good dialogue and good conversation like that. So that's just to say thank you, Queen, for being here and having that dialogue with me. But let's have your final thoughts. I think you're on mute.
The reminder for the last question, please.
How can one know if staying is motivated by love or comfort? You can answer that, or you can just answer, how do you have that conversation if you start falling out of love and you start easing into comfort? Like, what do you do to bring it back? So either part of that.
Okay, so I've observed from older couples, and I see it in myself too. I think as we get older, one of the most important things is actually companionship as you get older. And that can look different for look different to different people. I think that's very valuable. I think I love seeing like really old couples still struggling along, holding hands. That's something I value. And if you were to ask me through a rough patch, why are you holding on? It's because that's the visual that I have, that we'll overcome what's happening and we'll be that that couple. In terms of how can you make sure that you overcome these things, or how do you approach those conversations, our culture actually has built into it where you're able to kind of consult with older couples and get advice, get guidance, get input privately from people who've been there and done that and who've overcome, and they can kind of encourage you, they can support you,